In order to direct your call, can you give me a brief description of why you're calling?
Yes, I get terrorized by law enforcement, and they haven't been held accountable for doing this years.
I'm sorry to hear about this. In terms of this type of matter, for faster service, there's a link that I can send you via text message. You can insert your information and receive a decision on the matter within 5 minutes or less.
A
What would
decision?
be the best phone number to send it?
I just my rights have been violated to legal representation years. I'm trying to prove it. I'm not able to speak with an attorney all this time. They don't want me to have any legal knowledge. All these people I've called years, hundreds of them. They don't want to represent me. They're violating my rights. They have an agenda to cover for police. All the law firms I've ever called. And other crooked government officials.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I place you in a brief hold? Let me get you further assistance.
Okay.
My name is Anthony. I'm a case consultant on a recorded line. Who I the pleasure to speak with?
My name is Kiana Clark.
Hi, is this the first time you call Morgan to Morgan, or you called them before?
This is my first time. May I have your position?
Oh, okay. Sorry?
May I have your position? I looked up misconduct with law enforcement. And you guys came up?
No, this is Morgan to Morgan.
Right. What do you assist with?
I'm a case consultant.
My phone plays practical jokes. So it came up for when I looked up fighting police corruption. You came up. What do you assist with? Police corruption.
Oh, cool. Okay, we're going to have to do a consultation check and see if we're going to be able to represent you or not regarding this situation.
Okay, isn't that a violation of my rights in itself? If I'm paying you, why would so many people deny me legal representation in services all over the country? If someone is paying you, why don't you just represent them? Why is it so difficult to get services everywhere? Because I have all kind of legal issues. I'm really not being heard. I have all kind of legal issues. You're an attorney. I have all kind of legal issues that no one will represent me for the legal issues, trying to pay them. Serious legal issues, so I'm trapped in them. I have serious legal issues and can't pay an attorney. As a law firm, what do I do about that? That no one will represent me for serious legal issues.
Here at Morgan & Morgan, we have to do a consultation, and we'll check and see we're going to be able to...
I know that there's a distinctive pattern when I'm trying to communicate. People cut me off. It's emotionally abusive. I think that they're trying to stir the conversation in the direction that they feel is a better fit. And won't use that as a strategy to do so. But, okay, let's see how this works. So you take information and you have to see... I'm telling you that you help fight police corruption? And hold police accountable?
Well, we have to do a consultation first and check if we're going to be able or not to represent you here.
Okay, I am a client and I'd be paying you. First, before I give you all my vital information, I'd like to know what you do there. People have a lot of irrational thought processes around me. I can't know what you do before I give you my sensitive information?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. We're not going to charge you anything like that over here at Morgan & Morgan.
So, because you're not going to charge me, that means that I can't know what your law firm does? What you represent for? And I'm asking that?
Oh, yeah, I'm a case consultant, that's what you mean.
What does your law firm help people with? What do you specialize in?
Well, we have a lot of litigations here, man, based on the situation here. Civil rights, personal injury, like car accident, fraud, a lot of things, to be honest with you. But on this one will be a civil rights situation.
Yeah, the government has left me trapped in their psychotic behavior a long time. defrauding me out of funds, having me pay a bill, and then slandering me to conceal what they've done. And I don't know how many other parties are defrauding out of funds, and everybody thinks it's okay, including the ones that may have been defrauded by the government themselves.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, we could do a consultation to check if we're going to be able or not to represent you.
Okay, well, let's see how this goes, because since the government's controlling the people that I call, they don't want accountability for their actions. The tricky part is proving that crooked government officials are hijacking my phone with actors and con artists to stay free. And how do you have con artists in your pocket? Only thing that I can conclude is they already had the con artists before they had them hijack my phone. Maybe this is what they're doing for a living.
We're going to start off with some quick questions so I can obtain your basic contact information, then move on for some questions regarding the situation you're going through. So we can let you know if we're going to be able or not to represent.
But let me be able to know.
Callback number.
Everybody, that's their main thing. I don't know if I can give you this, or I don't know if you can get this cost. I don't know if you can use the bathroom. I don't know if you can get shelter. I don't know if you will be able to investigate this attack. I don't know. Okay, sir, go ahead.
A little bit there. Can you provide me your number again? 469.
You want my date of birth, and you don't even know if you'll be able to represent me? That's probably why I keep having identity theft. Do I have to give you that? I mean, giving my social to people, that's not really not, having to give my social and all this sensitive information to con artists isn't really safe for me. You have to have my birthday?
That's okay, no worries. Who are you trying to
I mean, if you were representing me and I was sure of that, you don't know if you'll represent me.
Right, no worries.
Right, so I didn't want to give you that sensitive information. There's numerous jurisdictions of law enforcement that has taken my freedom repeatedly over and over. There's courts that aided and abetted the abuse by law enforcement, deprived me of my constitutional right to go to court. I have been terrorized in jails. Terrorized. Official oppression by guards, denied putting me in lockdown, denied showers, emotional abuse, books, library, my constitutional right to go to court, records, oppression by judges, my bogus court-appointed attorneys.
Sorry to interrupt you there. So, yeah, we could go ahead and do everything. We have to do a consultation for everything. So, first,
it's more like when I'm making these calls, it's just something suspicious, more like they're covering for crimes. And they don't want me to go into too detail. But if they're representing me, it's irrational for them not to want to know if they're representing me. But it's on the other end, it appears that they're actually covering for crimes and they don't want me to speak and incriminate people. The attorneys that I'm calling.
Right. So we have to start like one.
Right. I mean, this is an attorney. Okay. This has been happening years. Whatever.
Sorry you broke up there. So where exactly do you want to start?
I'm confused.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and pursue a case. We're going to try to do a consultation. You mentioned to me like a lot of things, right? But first, where exactly do you want to start? Like, who are you trying to pursue a case against first?
Right, that's what the legal representation is for. Direction. And I have not been able to get it. They want me to represent myself, but pay them.
But for example, against who are you trying to pursue a case against?
Did you hear what I communicated with you?
Right, like I mentioned, you're like breaking up a little bit there. I did hear like a lot of things here, but for example, I'm trying to pursue a case against like.
Well, then, what the problem of you? I was breaking up, and then you had me stop speaking. Like you didn't want to hear what you'd be representing me for, and it's been a pattern for years.
Right.
You can't properly represent me if you don't want to know why you'd be representing me.
Correct. No, I totally understand. But for
You didn't
example,
mention
you
that it
said
was
like the
breaking
law
up before
enforcement
you
trying to
stopped me from
pursue.
speaking. Was the issue?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I get all the details clear before we move forward here. So, for example, at the beginning you were mentioning the law enforcement. Then,
As I was communicating with you, how I got terrorized and oppressed in jail, judges that cover for Cricket PD and wouldn't let me go to court and slandered me. They wouldn't. I had never met them. They slandered me with mental illness as an alibi for their crimes. And then they think by dismissing like 20 something arrests that it's okay. But
so
they
like
after they've
wrongful
had me
imprisonment
serve
that
the
could
full
be
time.
also. Sorry to interrupt you
This
there.
Yeah, I mean you're interrupting at critical moments that you probably shouldn't be interrupting as a law firm, but everyone's doing it. So they have me serve the whole time and think that they can dismiss it, and then everything's okay. And then police are
Okay, so
scamming to where I can't use bathrooms because they're aiding and abetting the domestic violence crisis. They don't want me showering. They shut down a shower. They've been doing it years. They're trying to control my appearance. They have people rob me, steal clothes to control my appearance. They commit crimes at stores to control what I can purchase. So I went to go shower the other day. I'm forced into homelessness, and they are shutting down my access to showers and bathrooms like they've done years.
okay, so we're gonna go ahead and first apologize. Hearing going through all this situation, especially everything that you have experienced or suffered throughout this year. We're gonna go ahead and start with this wrongful imprisonment, like you mentioned here. When was the last time that this happened?
In Nashville.
No, like the date, like when
Oh,
was
I'm
the last
sorry.
time?
February. Um, February of this year.
The beginning, middle, or end of February?
I think it was. I can't remember. I think it was the end of February.
Just for the record, we're gonna type in February 23rd of 2026. You said this happened in what state?
Nashville. I showed them messages, emails of me getting threats, and they took me to a mental hospital to cover for it. Instead of helping me flee abuse.
Nashville is
Once
sorry to interrupt,
again,
but I
this
just
is
want to
once
make
again,
sure.
we're having conflict with you covering for the reports that I'm making to you. I was trying to, each
I just
time the attorneys are covering for domestic violence, as well as everyone I come in contact with. They detained me and took me to a mental hospital for trying to flee abuse, and they saw emails. And prior to that, you asked the question, and I'm answering you, and then you cut me off answering the question when it gets too incriminating on their end, like you're covering for it. And then prior to that, my Lyft was being hacked to try to get help to flee abuse, and my police kept patrolling like they were doing it. So I called to report that I couldn't get to help because my Lyft app was being hacked, where I couldn't catch the Lyft. And then I was arrested in Nashville for trying to report that someone was hacking my Lyft app to keep me from help. And then they wouldn't take a report that an organization stole my bag, and then stole my backpack with all this evidence and not my property in it. I had already lost everything, and all I had was this backpack with a little property in it and a lot of evidence. So the organization scammed and demanded my backpack and wouldn't give it back and put me out. They demanded my backpack to get shelter and put me out the next day and would not give me my backpack on blatant lies, and the police department was there supervising it.
okay, thanks for that information. So, here's the state of Tennessee, out of Nashville, but that's in Tennessee, right? That's
Right,
in
but I'm
Nashville,
getting
correct?
terrorized by law enforcement. It's just a pattern. I don't know what. So, with a law firm, you don't pursue all jurisdictions of law enforcement, including the one that I'm in now. So, I'm going to have to get an attorney in each state that violated me.
No, man, we could go ahead and include, like,
Yeah, it's
the
happening in
law
multiple
enforcement
different
in several
jurisdictions,
states here. I'm just,
including the one I'm currently in.
right. I just want to make sure that this has the one that you mentioned to me, February 23rd, that happened in Nashville, Tennessee, correct?
Yes.
What charges were brought against you then?
I don't know what they said they they're using 911 abusive call to intercept me reporting crimes. So they're making it illegal for me to try to flee abuse or report crimes. They made it a crime in corruption.
And for
They've robbed me
example,
of my ability to be able to get crisis help, calling 911 or reporting crimes. So that's what they're using is 911 abusive call for me trying to get help.
and why do you believe the charges were brought against you?
I did communicate with you that I was trying to flee abuse. Or do you forgot as my legal representation?
And for
Twice
example,
in a
why do
row
you
with
believe that
Nashville
the
alone?
charges are wrong?
You forgot that twice in a row with Nashville alone? But it's happened numerous times.
Sorry?
Did you forget that as my legal representation?
No, it's not. No, it's okay. I have to go over like the answer just to make sure over here the questions and answers here. For
So
example, why do you
was that
believe the charges are
really
wrong?
beneficial? Would you be doing this in court too?
I know we're just doing a consultation. I'm not an attorney. I'm just a case consultant
Okay.
right now. And for example, why do you believe these charges are wrong?
Well, you need this for your legal representative to, do the, what are you doing? Is this, you say, what is this, an assessment? Why do I believe the charges are wrong? So once again, do you think that that's really a pertinent question? If I'm reporting a domestic violence and trying to flee it and my freedom being taken for trying to flee abuse? And then you ask me, why do I believe that they're wrong? As a law firm, do you run into a lot of people that get arrested for trying to flee abuse repeatedly over and over?
And
That's a question. I'm not. I get this routinely. You want me to pay you? As a law firm, do you run into people that repeatedly get arrested over and over for trying to flee abuse? You don't want me to know?
No, take care of him. I'm just a case consultant. I don't want to
typically, as a case consultant, do you run across a lot of people with your position that have communicated with you that they repeatedly get arrested for trying to flee abuse? Have you ran into that
what do you mean, sorry?
with your job description?
But that's why we have to do like this consultation, and based on the information, we'll let you know we're going to be able not to represent you here.
I'm just confused on if you've ever ran into that before, and if I am seeking, legal representation, I don't really feel with all the law firms that I've called that they have the knowledge to be able to properly represent me, because they're holding any kind of knowledge that they have, or any kind of rights or any information and education that they have. They don't want me to be aware of it. So, but for whatever reason they're doing that, I don't know if they'll be able to properly represent me, because it doesn't seem like they have the expertise or the knowledge. They're not treating me like a proper client, a future client. They're treating me like someone that are aiding, someone that's aiding and abetting crimes.
quick question. So on February 23rd, were you convicted to the charges or no?
No.
Okay. At the moment, you're not incarcerated, are you?
No.
Okay.
Let's go. Why do you think I called? What kind of representatives? In your opinion, your perception, why am I calling today?
What do you mean? Why?
What would you be representing me for in your perception?
What we're doing right now is a civil rights case here.
Okay, so what kind of civil rights? What kind of violations of civil rights in your perception?
Well, right now we're doing in general for a wrongful imprisonment here.
Okay, I can't choose why I call because I'm being terrorized by law enforcement. And you are choosing the wrongful imprisonment. And I have numerous things that I want addressed, especially being terrorized by law enforcement. But you are choosing for the Tennessee issue. I mean, my freedom has been taken like 30 times. But I want accountability for misconduct and brutality by police. That's why I called, and that's why I wanted to get clarity on what you did, but you didn't want me to know. You said you have an array of areas that you can help with. I need to be able to get the police department controlled and accountability for terrorizing me.
Right. That's what I mentioned like at the beginning. For example, each situation could have a different case type. On this case, once we finish this, we're going to move to the other one, and then to the other one, and then to the other one.
So you're saying that I get experienced this a lot for your law firm, that I have to go in different areas to get representation? So I get representation in one area, and then I go in a different area and get representation in a different area and different areas. This is how I would get in domestic violence help. You tell one person, and you got to tell 15, 20 times, you know, and for the door to be closed, and all these years, you got to keep repeating yourself over and over. And for a law firm too?
If it's not the correct, let's say, team that takes the case here, yes, we have to go ahead and connect you with a different team.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
You said that you have not been represented by an attorney for this situation, right?
No, they were all scamming to deny the case. Every last one. And covering for PD. And numerous other government officials. Everyone I ever came in contact with. Including legal aides. And family members.
That means that you have not... Okay. That means that you have not accepted any type of settlement offers, correct?
No, nobody will represent me. No.
Well, thank you for the information that you have provided to me, like I mentioned before. I apologize, to hear you going through this situation here. Regarding this situation here, I'm disappointed to say that we're not going to beat the right room for this case here. I do want to help you find the support you need. You're going to receive a text message from us that has some additional information.
Why would you not be the right firm?
Sorry?
Why would no firm I've ever came in contact with ever been the right firm? And waste my time. You got it. You had a miscommunication. We've been on the phone. Let's see how long. In fact, years of this. We have been on the phone 25 minutes. Now, why would you, if this is what your expertise, why would you not be the right firm? Is it a lawsuit that attorneys are violating my rights and won't represent me to cover for law enforcement? Can I sue? This is a law firm. I want to be able to sue all the attorneys that deprive me of legal representation to cover for crooked police and violated my rights to legal representation in crisis situations. Not that I have a desperate need for legal representation and can't get it. a legal crisis going on and cannot get legal representation. So I would need to be able to sue all these attorneys and all these accomplices to keep me from legal representation to protect myself.
For that, it could be like, for example, like a different team that's gonna sort of assist on that one. You want me to connect you to that team to check if they have the option to pursue a case against those legal attorneys and this,
Yes,
like
the
you said,
blackballing
accomplices?
me and keeping me from legal representation all these years in a crisis situation that I had need for it, and it has been impossible for me to get it.
Okay. So let me just go ahead and connect you over. Please send the line. My pleasure and brief while I transfer your call.
So I have to repeat myself again for your law firm?
Since it will be a different team, I will explain, but yes, we'll have to get like in deeper details with them directly.
A different team. Okay. It just feels like spinning my wheels all these years.
Sorry?
It just feels like spinning my wheels all these years. Like it's games. I'm trying to prove it.
Well, they have to do a consultation, and they'll let you know if we're going to be able not to represent you. My pleasure and brief while I transfer your call.
What was your name?
My name is Anthony.
Anthony, and what was your position?
I'm a case consultant.
And what law firm?
This is Morgan & Morgan.
And why are you why are you unwilling to represent me?
Regarding this wrongful imprisonment, regarding the civil rights situation, it doesn't really specify over here why we're not going to be able to get your case now. But like I mentioned before,
It doesn't specify why?
No, it doesn't specify.
Well,
Exactly
do you think maybe it could be a glitch? Why would it? I mean, like the police didn't showed up and they didn't know why they were there. But obviously, it doesn't specify why, and people not knowing is violating my rights, though.
Over here, for example, it doesn't specify exactly why we're not going to be able to take the case here.
How do you know that you shouldn't be able to? How do you know that you shouldn't be taking it if it doesn't? It's not specifying, or if it's not giving a reason on why it can't be represented.
Right. If we do the consultation, based on the consultation, we'll let you know we're going to be able not to represent you or the outcome here. On this case, unfortunately,
but you have no clue on why it's being denied. So perhaps maybe it should be denied. If you have no clue why you're denying it, because everybody's denying me services and help, violating my rights.
If it doesn't deny, for example, here, it will give us like a different outcome over here. But for example, in this case here, since it's like we're not going to beat the right term, it gives us, the outcome of that here.
So you deny people and don't know why you're doing it?
Well, based on the results, on the answers and the situation here, we do the consultation. And that's why, on this case here, it doesn't specify exactly why we don't take that case or the situation here. But that's what we're going to send you additional information on why we cannot accept all cases. And the resource will also include your local state bar information. And hopefully they're able to refer you an attorney that can assist here.
Hopefully they'll be able to get me an attorney.
That is correct. Since I'm not in that team, I don't want to say yes. They're gonna go ahead.
So you have, as a law firm, you've heard of people that could not get any legal representation on the planet. Hopefully, maybe if trying to pay someone as a law firm, pay someone and it was impossible to get it. That's normal to you.
Here at Morgan & Morgan, you don't have to pay.
I'm just trying to get clarity, because you're a law firm, Morgan & Morgan, and you said if they'll represent me. So my question is, you have heard of people that are living in the United States of America that need legal representation and can't get it?
I'm just saying that because, for example, this is
You
your
don't want me to have that
local
knowledge and
information.
feedback on if it's normal for a person to need legal representation and it's impossible to get it? You don't want me to have that knowledge on if that's normal?
What do you mean, sorry?
Have you ever heard of anyone that needs legal representation and cannot get it? Is my question as a law firm.
Well, if you're a Morgan & Morgan, we have to do a consultation. Based on the consultation, we'll let you know we're going to be able not to represent
I'm not
you.
quite sure on who to get legal representation to with because I need to be able to sue all the parties that denied me legal representation. And if you don't want me to know if that's normal or not, and you're representing me on that case, then it's a catch-22 like what I repeatedly experienced to get nowhere. I want to sue everyone that denied me legal representation in my crisis, and I will be using your attorney to do so, and you don't know if it's normal.
Let me just check something here real quick with the team, and I'll be right back with you. Matt, like in the brief call.
Okay.
I'm John Morgan &
They
Morgan
clay is
started
John
with
Morgan.
just 2 lawyers, but our mission started years before that. When I was younger, my brother Tim was paralyzed, and my family ended up hiring the wrong lawyer. And to add insult to injury, they fought him very hard. Here to
Personal
serve you
injury.
wherever you are, whatever you need. With an army of over 1,000 attorneys, thousands of caring support
So my search results are hacked, and it railroads me to problems.
Across the country.
So I'll
We're
search for
everywhere
something, and then they'll give me a
everyone.
different
Morgan &
attorney to
Morgan
cover
is
their
not only
tracks and keep me from legal
America's largest
representation,
injury law firm, but we're also
and
very
to
much
spin
a
my
local
wheels and
law
waste
firm
my time.
with branch offices right
So I'll
here
look
in your
for
community.
a
Wherever
civil
you
rights
are,
attorney, and
whatever
then
you
they'll
need.
say criminal.
Whether you or someone
But
you
they're
love
con
was
artists
injured
anyway.
in a car crash, the victim of medical malpractice results.
They say they can
Some
take on
people
the
think
biggest
our law
bullies
firm only
to
takes
get
on
the
the
biggest
biggest
results.
cases with the most serious injuries. The truth is, many of our cases involve
What's happening is the
serious
government is
injuries
the
that last
reason
a
why people are
lifetime.
behaving
And
this
a
way and
lifetime
don't
is a
want me
long
suing
time.
them
For over 30
for things
years,
that they're
we've
having
never
them
backed
do.
down from going up against the biggest insurance companies.
Sorry for that long delay there. I do appreciate you on the line. So I have a question here. So regarding this situation here, that you said that you want to pursue a case against all parties that denied you legal representation. So you were never represented by them, right?
What my thing of it is that someone is blackballing me and keeping me from legal representation, and I wanted to know if that's normal for someone to need legal representation and cannot get it in this country, period, for years. And you're saying that you don't have that knowledge to know that if someone needs an attorney and cannot get one, that you don't have the knowledge to know if that's normal or not. You need help to know if that's normal. And you're doing what did you say your description was again?
I'm a case consultant.
Case consultant, and as a case consultant, you're not aware that if someone has need for legal representation and can't get it, you're not aware if that's normal or not. You need help to get that
I was not
understanding.
aware. Well, I was not aware. Like for example, we have like a case type, or I was checking, and we do here, but that will be with a different team to check if they're able to pursue a case against
I'm just really not
that
being
they're
heard. A
denying
call to call, a location to location. Is it normal for someone to need legal representation and cannot get it? Period. As a case consultant, you're putting in your system, and your system is letting you know on what cases you can take or not. And you don't know if someone needs legal representation and it's impossible to get them, if that is normal. Because these law firms are wasting my time because I'm asking them questions. You're screening me, and I try to screen you, but I can't. The law firms won't let me screen them. I want to make sure that you're a good fit, and if you don't have the knowledge, you won't answer my questions along with most of the law firms I come in contact with. I need that question answered, but you refuse to answer it to make sure you're a good fit for me. I don't have the rights, but typically I would want rights to be able to screen my attorney and make sure that they're good fits, but I'm being robbed of that. and they take control of the calls and with malicious intent and won't answer questions.
Understand. So I was checking over here regarding this.
But I'm still asking, I'm screening you too, is I'm not really being heard. The question is,
right, that's what I was.
yeah, you're not. Are you refusing to answer the question if that's normal or not? So I can know if I need to move on to an attorney, a law firm that has more knowledge. We should be screening each other. It should.
What's that?
But I don't have rights, so I haven't been able to do that.
Right, so I was checking over here what we could do regarding this.
Yeah, but what about what I can do in my rights? I want you. If introducing this, you're violating my rights and won't hear me. Then I'm not quite sure that you're going to be a good fit if I'm not really being heard. Is it normal for me to need legal representation and have not been able to get it?
Well, here at Morgan & Morgan, I mean, we wish, we get all the cases here, but unfortunately we're not, the fit for all the cases over here.
I think that the email that I got is, I think that I'm talking to actors and con artists. I don't think you're really Morgan & Morgan, and if you are really Morgan & Morgan, I think that maybe you're probably, what's the word? Maybe someone has manipulated you or something. If this really is Morgan & Morgan. Because it doesn't seem like you have my best interest at heart. So at this point, we've been on the phone 36 minutes. So what have we accomplished at this point?
Well, basically we did a consultation. The next step right now for us, if you want to pursue a case against the attorneys or parties that denied your legal representation, that will be handled by a different team. I could go ahead and connect you to that team if you want to.
Okay, you're the team. I guess we'll waste another 40, 50 minutes of my time. It's happened years. Go ahead. For them to say I won't be a good fit and they can't represent, like all the other attorneys I've ever came in contact with. And legal aids.
The outcome, because that's going to be with that team there.
I'm not really certain. I thought you were going to transfer me a long time ago.
Oh yeah, the thing here is that I don't want to just transfer you just like that there. My pleasure in the brief hold while I transfer your call.
Yes.
Morgan & Morgan started with just 2 lawyers, but our
Here Nicole on the line, she's going to further assist you. Thank you for calling Morgan & Morgan. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Yes, may I have your job position?
Yes, my name is Nicole from Morgan & Morgan. I am a case consultant on a recorded line.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, my colleague explained to me that you were having issues with an attorney. If you can explain more details, what's taking place, please?
Yes. I like to ask you: is it normal for someone to need legal representation and can't get it? Being a crisis would need legal representation and cannot get it. Period. In the United States. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
I see. You're asking.
Have you ever heard of it?
I will not be able to answer that. I will not be able to answer that because I'm just a case consultant. I am no legal professional.
Then why would he transfer me to you to waste my time? Why would he transfer me to you and I can't get that question answered? How would you know if you're going to represent me if you don't know if that's normal or not?
My apologies. I can provide you with the State Bar information. Maybe they're able to refer you to an attorney that can answer that for you if you would like the information.
Okay. So he transferred me to an attorney. Why are you denying it?
No, I am not an attorney. I am a case consultant.
Okay. Did I call a law firm?
Yes, that is correct.
And you're referring me to the State Bar and I called a law firm?
Yes, because I'm not able to answer your question.
Okay, let me make sure I understand. You're a law firm, and I'm trying to pay you to represent me. And what is the State Bar going to do? Are they going to help you, give you the feedback that you don't have on how to represent me?
Okay, it depends on what your case is about. If you can explain some details on what your case is about.
Okay, I thought that we were screening each other. We both do. Are you the only one with rights, or do I have rights too? Okay, so let me make sure I understand. So I'm paying you, but you don't want me to be able to take control and make sure that I'm paying someone that can represent me, that has knowledge and expertise. Okay, so this is a law firm, okay, and you want me to go to the state bar to answer questions that my attorney can't answer?
Okay, so I mentioned it. You will have to first proceed with a consultation first to see if it's a case if we're able to assist. I will need some details on what your case is about first.
Okay, I need details to make sure that you're a good fit and you have the legal expertise. You want me to pay you? You want me to pay you? You want me to pay you, and you're not proving to me that you can, you're the good fit for the job or the task?
Okay, so I mentioned I'm just a case consultant. We will have to proceed in Morgan & Morgan. We have to proceed first with the consultation. I need to know first what your case is about. At the moment, you're not paying anyone. Right now, we're just doing the consultation, which is free. If you can explain what your case is about, please.
Right. The thing of it is I haven't been able to get legal representation. I believe I'm blackballed. And I want to sue those people that violated my rights and deprived me of legal representation in my crisis.
Okay, have they provided you a reason as to why they're not providing you with...
No, your representative just did it. Your representative just did it.
What do you mean that the representative just did it? What had occurred?
Yeah, he didn't represent me for multiple different false imprisonments and being blackballed and terrorized by law enforcement. He said he didn't know why he couldn't represent me. The one that just transferred me to you.
So that means that you had already done probably the case evaluation, and this was a case that we're not able to assist. Okay.
He said that it was a different... I think that something's amiss with these calls, ma'am. I think that people have preconceived agendas before I place calls. And they're scamming to violate my rights and keep me from legal representation on purpose. That's not what the gentleman just said. He said, why would he transfer me over to you if you couldn't represent me? Why are you trying to rush and deprive me, of legal representation in this great case for your law firm? I'm not really understanding. Why would you perceive that? I'm just curious on why you perceived he would transfer me to you to talk to you.
Excuse me. Okay, yes, excuse me. Okay,
I'm questioning. You're not answering the question again. Why do you perceive that he would transfer me to talk to you? You think that he denied the legal You think that he denied the legal representation and then wanted me to talk to you?
Excuse me, ma'am. If you do not let me talk, I'll have to disconnect the call.
I think what's going on is when people are incriminated, they keep disconnecting the call like PD does. And then like they threaten my arrest in person when they get incriminated. I had white, so you are introducing a future client with hanging up in a client's face because they want to know why you perceive someone transferred me to you? And you got to hang up in my face? And you're an attorney, a law firm? That's how you treat your clients? So I don't know why I don't have a right to ask you why you perceive that he transferred you to me. They hang up when they get incriminated. Are you there, ma'am?
Yes, I'm still here, but you're not allowing me to speak, ma'am.
Gaslighting your clients is not going to, that's not a good fit for your law firm. I don't think that Morgan would be, pleased at your behavior, gaslighting clients. The bottom line of it is you're not answering my question. My question is repeatedly over and over, and then you're gaslighting me. Why do you perceive that he transferred me to you if you think that he thought that your law firm couldn't represent me? Wouldn't he just have communicated that to me instead of just transferring me over to you? And then you threatened to hang up because you realized that didn't make sense?
Okay, can I go ahead and speak now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, as I mentioned, you probably explain your case to the person that transferred you to me. We do not take all of the cases, okay? Keep that in mind. We take some of the cases. Now, the reason that he might have transferred you to me was probably because you had another case that you wanted to proceed with the consultation. Now, you were asking me a question that I will not be able to answer since I'm just a case consultant. I am no legal professional. That's
He just said the same thing. Why would he transfer me to you to get the same thing that he said? Wasting my time. This has been a pattern for years.
Because there was Okay, can I proceed?
I asked you why would he transfer me to you to answer what he couldn't answer, and you can't answer it either. And the simple question of it is it normal for all attorneys that I've came in contact with to deny me legal representation? And you both refuse to answer that. And then the problem with that is I want you to represent me because I think it's abnormal, but you don't want me to know if it's abnormal. I believe that people are blackballing me, deliberately keeping me from legal representation in my crisis, and I like to sue them, but you're covering for it and don't want me to know if it's normal. Which anyone with common sense knows that it's not normal for if you need legal representation and can't pay someone. It's your last warning.
Last warning, I will disconnect the call.
Ma'am, you know, this is just for the feds. I have endured this living hell years. This is for the FBI to do something to realize that my identity thieves are indeed hacking my phone. And then when you get caught in lies, it's your last warning. Like a predatory behavior and abusive behavior, like PD does. She hung up. Anytime they get caught in lies like PD will arrest, threaten your arrest when they get caught in lies. I'm not supposed to get the legal representation anyway, but they have to scam. So then to keep me from the legal, this is your last warning, to keep me from legal representation that I was never going to get to begin with.